A shocking incident late Sunday night raised fresh questions about safety at Bengaluru's Kempegowda International Airport. A man who was identified as Sohail Ahmed, a cab driver working at the airport, attempted to attack two taxi drivers near the arrival lane of Terminal 1. This time, not just with a knife, but a sickle-like weapon. Security footage shows him charging at the cabbies while brandishing the weapon, sparking a tense chase before CISF personnel intervened. Visuals on your screen right now of what had really unfolded. You see airport in the background and you see CISF rushing towards the man who brandished a sickle-like weapon. Now, CISF's quick action ensured no one was harmed, and thank God for it. Officers later overpowered Ahmed and seized the weapon before the situation escalated any further. Fresh investigation details reveal that earlier that night, around 1:30 a.m., which is on 16 November, Ahmed was allegedly assaulted by taxi drivers Jagadish, JR and Renu Kumar, along with Gangadhar Angadi, over a personal dispute. Ahmed was taken to the airport police station, booked, and an FIR was registered. A probe into the full sequence of events is currently underway. CISF later posted the visuals on social media platform, calling their intervention timely and crucial in preventing a major crime inside a high-security airport zone. But this scare comes barely a week after yet another controversy at Kempegowda, when a video surfaced showing a group offering the Namaz at Terminal 2. The BJP demanded answers from the state government, questioning whether prior permission had been obtained for offering prayers inside a high-security airport terminal and flagging security concerns. With two incidents in quick succession, passengers and the staff are left wondering, has Bengaluru's international airport become a hotspot for security lapses? For travellers, these back-to-back episodes are an uncomfortable reminder to stay alert at what is meant to be one of India's busiest and safest airports. Let me now go across to my experts and guests on the show, Sanjay Sahai, former ADGP, Karnataka, and Satya Prakash, who is the Vice Chairperson and Spokesperson for the KPCC. Warm welcome to both of you. Mr. Sahai, this is not the first time and this won't be last. I have a list of there before this. Namaz Rao, we already spoke about. The Rania Rao case. There was also a cancelled ticket security breach. There was also a door which was also a security breach, a door which did not have the metal detectors. This is not the first time and I hope this is the last. But what is going on, Mr. Sahai?
As far as the Bangalore International Airport is concerned, I think the protocols are in place. But this Rangarao case literally ripped apart whatever is there of the security guidelines and the way it is done. And from there on, we have been seeing a couple of lapses which we have been narrating, and there is absolutely no doubt that this particular airport needs to be tightened much further as far as from the security point of view. Namaz Row you have been talking about, and there also nobody knows whether this permission was given. And I don't think there is any reason to give this permission, given the fact that there is a prayer room available there. As far as the current incident is concerned, one thing I can certainly say that CISF personnel, they responded in a manner they did, and they were able to avert a major situation. But the other issue which comes to light is that there was an incident at 1:30 a.m. and there was a weapon which was being brandished, and there was an attempt to commit an offense. They were able to forestall, that is there, but a weapon moving in that area which is very close to the airport, literally it is the arrival area only, just outside of the arrival area as you come into the common area of the airport. I think certainly that does not augur well, and there has to be some system by which we are able to at least find out weapons as far as the regular drivers are concerned or regular personnel are concerned. I presume there is no background verification of any of these drivers, and if it is done in a very, very casual sort of a manner. So there are issues. I, for one, as a professional, I can certainly say that there are issues with the security protocol, and the security protocol is being breached over and over again, small things, big things, and now it has moved out of the airport area. But this is certainly another warning that if we don't keep on there are challenges, no doubt about it. But if you don't keep on improving things, there might be a situation which becomes very difficult to handle.
Satya Prakash, I have a list here and I'm not going to talk about it because very much like people who travel through Bengaluru International Airport, I have also traveled. There are many people who must be traveling even as we speak, and this show is watched. No panic at all. Have a lovely trip, all of you who are traveling abroad for whatever reasons from Bengaluru Kempegowda Airport. But Satya, this is cause for concern. First of all, on the Namaz row, it became very political. For me, the politics in it is irrelevant, Satya Prakash. For me, it is about the safety of the people. Now, you'll say, what is the safety if I want to pray? Of course, prayer is a very good thing, but when there is a prayer hall, they all sit there and offer, their prayers. I don't even want to make it a religious issue. I'm not the type, never will be. But the point of the matter is this man, who brandished a sickle-like weapon. Once again, much like what Mr. Sohail said, it seems to be for me, I can ask a question, Satya, that I will only bring a weapon when I know that koi dekhega nahi. Chalo, ladai karne ke liye, main leke jata hu. If I'm scared, like at the airport when I go, I check and recheck that, oh God, it's so embarrassing if they say, ma'am, open your bags. Satya, what is going on? Where are we going wrong, Satya Prakash?
Good evening, Sudhaji.
Hi.
Thank you for doing this show. At least now, people will understand who is responsible for the security of the airport. When the Namaz thing happened, everyone started blaming the, Karnataka government. While the exact security of airport is the duty of CISF. As you rightly said, who is going to check all the cars and all? No, so that no weapons come in. It is a CISF. You please check. I have gone to airport. You have also gone to airport. Just before you enter the airport, they will ask you to stop. A gun throttling CISF Jawan will come, open your dicky, dekhta hai. So it is the job of the CISF. That doesn't mean Karnataka police will not be there. They also have a responsibility. But putting the responsibility only on the state government in a very, very, security, concerned like Bangalore Airport, is far from truth. Now we have to come into this incident. This incident happened just because there was a skirmish between two sets of drivers. They beat them, and this guy went after them. So this has nothing to do with other things. It is an inter-gang rivalry which is at place. We have to, I have to tell that CISF Jawans did a wonderful job. But coming back to, the Namaz one, you need to understand that when I checked it up, they said that to do the prayer, there is a hall inside the airport. But these people were outside. So the security agency is there, whether it was the CASF or not, they should have seen there. If they are doing something, they should have gone and told them, please don't do it, as simple as that. Instead of making it happen and making a big issue after that, you can stop them. Always prevention is better than cure. So if there was something of that sort which is happening, and we cannot compare that Namaz one to this one. This is a very, it's a rowdy element sort of a thing where a weapon was brought. There they are doing their prayer. So mixing both the things, I don't agree to that. But these sort of, since Bangalore is a very highly sensitive airport, I think there should be some checks and balances, like Sanjay Saji said, that all the drivers, there are nearly 1,000 to 1,500 drivers, or maybe 2,000 cabs go in and go out every day. And as you know, these cab owner drivers, there are some nefarious guys also within. So a proper check has to happen so that rowdy elements don't come in. Now we have to see how come that, a dragger or a sickle came inside the airport. That is, there nearly thousands of people will be there. Any untoward incident can happen. VIPs will be there. So I think, the airport authorities, whoever is responsible for the security of the airport, should have checks and balances in place so that
Sure. can we put up that video yet again, even as I speak to Mr. Sohail? You know, look at that video. Like Satya said, it's dangerous. It's not just about VIPs. Of course, they are also people. But anyone, I mean, I could have actually had a heart attack if I saw someone like that rushing towards me. There are pregnant women, there are old people, there are people with special needs. I mean, if this is what is happening, it can create a big ruckus.
What I'm saying is, Sudha, this exactly is the point where passengers alight and and get in. So we have to make sure that any car which comes to this place, there is no dangerous weapons inside the car, and that the security agencies should make through. And this checking of these drivers is very important.
I know. Sanjay Sahai ji, I want to come to you. Is the onus only on CISF? The onus is on CISF. But only is the word I am inserting now. The person on the ground, whether he is responsible, if he is from Bengaluru police, don't you think if once you wear a vardi, you are, a uniform, you're supposed to stop any untoward, illegal, criminal kind of activity. In this Namaz thing also, we are told that they were doing it.
Not able to hear.
Mr. Sahai, tell me, is the onus only on CISF, sir?
See, as far as the airport area is concerned, the onus is there only on the CISF because CISF is the only agency which is available there. With regards to entry from other areas from where the CISF responsibility starts, is certainly the state police who needs to have the intelligence and who needs to also check up. But from wherever the airport starts, I don't think I've seen any time where they have checked for weapons or they have checked your complete dicky of the vehicle. So I think that is a loophole, and this particular loophole has been brought out in the incident which has happened, incident which was averted on the 16th. So that is where it stands. See, when it comes to policing, when it comes to law enforcement, leave aside the intelligence sharing and collaboration part of it, the jobs are very, very neatly defined and very, very, the area of responsibility and the clarity, all those things are there. So to say that anybody in uniform, because there will be nobody else in the uniform there. So anybody in uniform is also mandated to take law and order or policing tasks. So that does not arise because it's the CISF and the responsibility airport security belongs to them.
But then, Mr. Sahai, sir, when the Rania Rao case happened, there's a big hullabaloo about how did she pass through, those customs, with gold.
I'll tell you the Rania Rao story.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Rania Rao story is like this, that there was a constable, as they say, who was doing some liaison work. His name was Basaraj, and he used to accompany Rania Rao from as soon as they got into the terminal building until the time she got out of the terminal building on the other side, alighted a vehicle and went off. Now, it was generally said at that particular point in time, whether the complicity of that guy was there or not there, he used to escort her. So that was nearly all. In that, there was also your advanced passenger information system of Indian Customs. And that particular software took 30 times or even more than that to make out as to the nature of visit, which was being done by this particular passenger. There was also issues at the Dubai airport.
Sir, he was a constable, Baswaraj was a constable with Bengaluru police?
Yeah, he was with Bengaluru police. There are lots of agencies, but they don't do policing job there.
Prakash, what will be done?
I will explain.
Sir, Satya Prakash ji, I'll coming to you because you are a representative of the government in power. What is going to be done? Because you and I, now we are discussing it and people who watch this show can understand, but they will not understand a breach ever. A breach is not understood or internalized ever. A breach is a breach is a breach. The government, the CISF, no, I'm asking you that what are the steps being taken to avoid such untoward incidents in the future? That's what people want to know.
What steps we can take is right now, we have to check who are the drivers where, the skirmish happened, before. Now we have to check with which agency they are, whether they are with KSTTC, whether they are with Ola, whether they are with, and we have to report them back, telling that how can you have such guys, who are having sickles in their car, who are fighting in a very sensitive area to be ferrying passengers at nights, at evenings. Lonely women will be there. That is what, now the state police should act very tough on these agencies. There should be a thorough, check, and those are the things that we can put in place. Second thing is, since it is a central industry sort of a thing, the airport, only the CASF can do. Only if CASF tells that, okay, the state police, you also come and help us, we can do something. Otherwise, our role is very limited. If you would have gone to an airport, how many state police will you see there? Even if you are there, they will not be in uniform. And in Rania Rao's case, it is few from the protocol or some other agencies who have done the job. Just because a police officer wants to escort someone away out of the airport, that doesn't mean the customs officers who are sitting there, who belong to the central agency, can leave them just like that. So what if it's Rania Rao? So what if she's a daughter of an IPS officer? They had no business to let her out without checking. As simple as that. Very simple. So
Collusion.
it is totally, yeah. See,
there was collusion. It can happen.
Yeah, maybe.
That's
But
what I'm
that doesn't
saying.
mean
No, nothing is foolproof.
Just because a police officer brings one girl outside, the security officers will not check. They have to check everyone, whether he's a police officer,
I understand,
an army man,
Satya.
or anyone.
I understand, Satya. What you're saying is that was indeed a breach. Mr. Sohail, if I were to ask you, sir, what are the best ways so that such kind of incidents are averted in the future? Because, like I said, this is something people, let me also tell you, someone witnessed this and said that there is complete trauma so far as he's concerned. Of course, he's gotten over it. It's been a long time, like 24 to 48 hours. But he says that this created, I thought maybe it's a war which has broken out. Look at the kind of things that people face. So we need to have some kind of SOPs in place, sir. Sanjay Sahai, sir, what do you think?
I'll tell you beginning to the end. I'll tell you. We'll start with the inside that the CISF story from here, where the airport area begins and inside till the time you get into the terminal building and the aircraft. The protocols very, very neatly, and the protocols have to be followed to the T. As in the Ranera case, if there were some issues, it is both the CISF and the customs. They too should have the necessary check. The wheeling dealing of influential people, that is one topic I'm not getting into here. But there is certainly that the whole thing can be streamlined. It is streamlined, and the CISF has to go one step further. If the Karnataka government is interested, because this airport happens to be in Karnataka, they can also move to CISF, meet the top authorities in the CISF and see to it that whatever gaps and loopholes are, because even if they're not responsible for the security of the airport, finally it comes on their head because it lies in the geographical jurisdiction of Karnataka, in the state of Karnataka. So that attempt should certainly be made between the two, and it cannot be two watertight compartments. As far as the outside part is concerned, the Namaz part, it can be both. It can be innocuous, it can be indifference by the security authorities. We can take a call as what it was, depending on the investigation. It can also be innocuous. I will not be a person who will say that it had a meaning. It can be innocuous, that there is a group of followers of that particular religion, and they do it without knowing the rules or without knowing it. So that can also be. But certainly it has to be investigated, and we have to come to a point with a deliberate. Otherwise, or while knowing that there is a prayer hall, they still wanted to prove a point in the outside of the airport. With regards to yesterday's or day before yesterday's incident, very clear-cut, all cab agencies have to be registered. Every single driver needs to go through background verification. And the entry points of the airport from where the CISF authority starts.
Right, sir.
The vehicle has to be scanned by these people physically. And in case if there are ways of having a metal detector for the vehicle, that also needs to be done.
All right,
As far as the response time is concerned, I think this nature of a response time, this has to be rehearsed over and over again. And as we do in variety of other areas, inclusive of the airport, there needs to be a preparatory drill which should happen, that whether things are operating in the right manner, at least every 6 months.
Right. Satya, you want to say something before I wrap the show? Go ahead.
I think all these, who are having this cabs like Ola, all these guys, they have to make sure that the car is sanitized. There should not be elements like this, a knife, a sickle inside the car. except other like a stepney and other things. No, nothing should be carried by the driver. That's the SOP should be well defined, and make sure that every car, every taxi follows it. Is all I can say. These are the safety measures which we can ask these operators to put in the interest of the customers. Is all I can say. Right?
And you will appreciate that the South Indian has not brought religion, has not shrieked about who these people are and all that. Because we believe, both of Mr. Sohail and Satya Prakash, all of you will agree that our channel believes first in the people of this country. And religion does not matter. Your gender does not matter. Your economic status does not matter. What matters are the people. And I think both of you today showed us ways in which this can be solved. Every problem has a solution.